One dog did pick up on the scent. They followed the scent through this yard, and it led them to that silver fence over there. Now, once they got to the fence, they were unable to go around it or over it. They went back to the car. Sorters like Melanie go through donated recyclable items, and today they found some files from their old building, charred, that went up in flames February 2nd. Now, one proposed bill could decrease the state's corporate income tax rate from its current 6.25% in half. Mizzou's chapter of Youth for Paul gathered more than 1,400 signatures to get the presidential candidate to MU.
That's right, Sarah. I am joined by 8 other passengers, and we have been taking a ride on this Ford tri-motor airplane from all the way back in 1929.
After America honored its veterans yesterday, a Mid-Missouri veteran moved into his new home today. KOMU8's Brian Bondus shows off Corporal Tyler Huffman's long-awaited new lifestyle.
This isn't your typical open house.
You couldn't ask for a better house. I mean, you can't build a better one. This is everything we wanted. That's the way this house is built.
Jefferson City's Operation Tyler joined with national organizations to build Tyler Huffman a new wheelchair-accessible home, one he and his whole family can enjoy.
What is it, Matthew? Clean. Clean?
Huffman was shot and paralyzed from the waist down in 2010 while serving in Afghanistan. He's part of the Building for America's Bravest program, which the director says can be life-changing.
The accessibility helps them. It helps their families to be more independent. They don't need as much support.
Tyler got the key to his new smart house, called smart mostly because of the 22nd century key he got that controls the security cameras, TVs, and temperature. Tyler's new home comes with a lot of customizations, many of which are here in the kitchen, like this lowered microwave. Also, the cabinets and stove drop down for easy access, and the house has pocket doors to help with wheelchair movement.
All that just makes it so much easier to where I'm not trying to strain, I'm not trying to lift myself up or scrape up against something just so I can reach it. And that makes a big difference to me. Makes all the difference in the world.
A world with more opportunities, thanks to a supportive community and a new home. Brian Bondus, KOMU8 News, Jefferson City.
Looking at local numbers, Missouri fared pretty well over the holiday weekend.
KOMU8's Brian Bondus is live with a report on how Missouri's highway dealt with the traffic.
The Missouri State Highway Patrol recorded statistics from Wednesday at the end of the workday till Sunday at the end of the day. In that time period, troopers investigated 350 crashes. That's down 15 from last year. But in those crashes, there are 140 injuries, which is up 15 from 2011. Troopers gave out 140 driving while intoxicated tickets. In Missouri, there was only 1 fatality. In 2011, there were 4. That's a number the Missouri State Highway Patrol says it's always trying to zero out.
Just a few years ago where, as far as fatalities go, we were in double digits. So as we've gone through the years, we've been able to reduce those numbers down. And a lot of that has to do with the stepped-up enforcement campaigns as well as the educational programs we use.
Now, that 1 fatality happened to a driver not wearing a seatbelt. The passenger had one on and survived. The Missouri State Highway Patrol is reminding everyone that the few seconds it takes to buckle up saves lives. Reporting live in Columbia, Brian Bondus, KOMU8 News. Child Passenger Safety Week. Find out how many parents don't know how to properly set up a car seat. A male suspect shoots at a woman while hunting on her property. And a not-so-sweet decision for Hostess employees in Boonville. KOMU8 News at 9 starts now.
Live from Studio 8A, coverage you can count on in high definition. This is KOMU8 News at 9.
Shots fired in Boone County this afternoon have police in search of the suspect. Good evening, I'm Brian Bondus. Those shots were fired on West Sugar Creek Drive in Boone County, right off I-70 westbound. Boone County Sheriff's Department arrived at the scene around 3 this afternoon. The suspect was described as a white male in his 40s with a scruffy beard. KOMU8's Alex Dunn was at the scene earlier today and has the story behind the shootings. Jefferson City Police are investigating a shooting incident this evening after finding rounds fired into a home. Police responded to the 800 block of Broadway after getting a slew of phone calls about the shots being fired. A release from the JCPD says no one was injured. This weekend, we followed up on a story we brought you earlier this month and learned the long talked about the Tiger Tiger Town tailgating zone could soon become a reality. One Columbia resident is working to move forward with the plan and told us he should have everything finalized by tomorrow. Just to bring you up to speed on the story, Tiger Town would be a designated tailgating area in the downtown Columbia with drinks and live music before home football games. The fan zone had been in the works since the beginning of the year, but organizers nixed the proposal in early August, citing a lack of financial support. On September 4th, Columbia resident Andrew Ort told the City of Columbia Council he would single-handedly fund the plan, expecting to invest about $50,000 into each tailgate. He says he'll meet with the city officials tomorrow to finalize a location for the tailgating zone and a liquor license. Ort says the Tiger Town should be up and running by the October 6th Vanderbilt game. Child Passenger Safety Week starts today. Car crashes are the #1 killer of children younger than 12 years old. Missouri law requires children under 8 to be in a safety or booster seat until they are 80 pounds or 4'9". A national traffic survey found 75% of parents do not know how to properly use child safety restraints. In 2011, Missouri lost 12 kids under 8 to traffic incidents. And if you would like instructions on how to properly set up your booster seat or what seat is right for your child, visit our website, KOMU.com. Columbia is still debating whether or not to adopt a new side-loading garbage truck system. But Fulton has had the same system for over 15 years. KOMU8's Nick Brennan tells us about the system and why Fulton can't do without it. Fulton is planning to introduce new front-loading automated trucks to make its trash service fully automated. In your national news, Chicago students still have at least 2 more days out of school. Teachers went on strike last week and passed on an opportunity today to end the walkout. The union's delegates got a look at a tentative deal and could have voted to suspend the strike, but they decided they needed more time to study the contract and more time to discuss it with their members. Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel said today the city will file a lawsuit to force the end of the t-shirt strike. A security guard shoots at least 4 people outside of a nightclub near Houston, killing 1. It all started in the parking lot of an after-hours club early this morning. There's no word on why the guard may have been attacked. He's being treated in the hospital for injuries. Investigators expect the case to go before a grand jury. A local employer is in a fight with its union, and that has workers worried about their futures. Hostess Brands has filed bankruptcy and is asking union workers to make big sacrifices. KOMU8's Katie Brennan tells us why local Hostess's workers are waiting to find out what happens next. Hostess sent this comment to KOMU8 News. We respect our union employees' right to consider and vote on our proposal, and we'll be holding all comment until that process has been completed. Stay with us. We'll be right back with more news and weather after the break. Over 3,000 people from across mid-Missouri woke up early this morning to support the search for the end to breast cancer. The 3rd annual Susan G. Komen and Mid-Missouri Race for the Cure took place at Mizzou Sports Park this morning. The race began in the front of the Hearn Center before winding through downtown and finishing on Faurot Field. Some race participants say it is community support for the cause and just getting out that there makes it worth it. The U.S. Preventative Task Service recently came out and said ovarian cysts do not mean higher risk for ovarian cancer in women, and ovarian cancer testing can do more harm than good. KOMU8 Sarah Duffy tells us about a young Missouri woman who, after a cancer scare, is now choosing to help other women. For more information on women's health and ovarian cancer prevention, visit our website at KOMU.com. The Cards and Dodgers are in for a tight race for the wild card. Coming up, see how today's game moved the Cardinals a step closer to a Hollywood ending.